guys, I'm Tiffany. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about one of the readathons I want to participate in this month, which is the Tropeical Readathon. So the first prompt is absent dead parents, or the alternative, which is read a book with more than one author. So I picked Eve of Man. So this book follows this girl. She is the first girl born in over 50 years. It's a bit of a dystopian aspect, and there's a lot that she has to decide there. Next prompt is love triangle. So I picked American Royals. So this follows an alternate reality where instead of George Washington coming up with the presidency, he takes the crown. So it's modern day, but very different, where instead, we're in a monarchy. So it kind of follows princes and princesses, and the prince, one of the princes, there's two girls competing for him, so there's a love triangle. Next prompt is new kid in town, or the alternative, read a book from a genre you don't usually read. So I picked The Wicked King. And this is a carryover from last month. I was getting into it, so this is fantasy, and I almost never read fantasy. So it should be good. This is the sequel to The Cruel Prince, so I won't spoil anything, but it's promising, and I hope I can finish it for this month. Next up is Dark Academia, or the alternative, read a borrowed book. So I picked You and Me at the End of the World. So this book follows these two teenagers as they're dealing with the end of the world. They're the only two people that they can find. So they're kind of having conversations solo. Next prompt is holiday, or the alternative, which is read a book set in a different country. So I chose That Holiday in France. So it works out, two birds, one stone. I got a holiday and a different country with France. So this book is a nice little adult romantic contemporary, which is perfect for me, so I think this could be very cute. Next up is Blast from the Past, or a book published before 2000. So I picked 17th Summer. So this book was published all the way back in 1942, and apparently this is one of the first books that was sold, marketed as young adult, which is pretty cool. I'm actually in the middle of this book, so don't worry, I won't get into any spoilers. It's definitely interesting, a romantic contemporary set in a very different time. It's kind of interesting to see what etiquette and the standards and the expectations, how different things were for teenagers in the 1940s. It's kind of like a time capsule, which is pretty interesting. Next prompt is mixed media, or the alternative, which is to read an audiobook or ebook. So I'm going to read The XY. And the XY, I have both the physical and an ebook, so that should work out nicely. And so this one is about, there's a solid divide between men and women. So this is a bit of a matriarch, and men are basically used solely for their reproductive abilities. So basically it's like they live their life in a bubble. There's something toxic in the air for the men. The main character meets him and everything, and there's a lot of multi-generational with the women, so it sounds interesting, and again, I'm gonna have to see. Next up is apocalyptic dystopia. So I chose City of Beasts. The XY, Eve of Man, and City of Beasts, all of them I'm going to be choosing for this Battle of the Sexes. So I'm gonna be reading them all to compare and contrast and see which is the best in combating the battle of the sexes. The differences and everything, and just how it's handled. So obviously this is an apocalyptic dystopian story, similar to the XY, but not quite. There's a separation between the sexes, so there's the beasts, which is the boys, and the fees, which are the girls. The main character's mom falls pregnant, and it's a baby boy, little baby beast. And the group of boys, the beasts, they take her little brother. So she aims to go over to the beast side to find her brother. And so she meets this dude. So it seems interesting. I don't know if this plan that I have, how well it will go. I don't know how much, young adult is really gonna combat that debate or anything, but I think it could definitely be interesting since I have these books to definitely see which one does it better. Next up is found family or a book in a series. So I chose The Queen of Nothing. So this is the finale of the Folk of the Air series, so that's Cruel Prince, Wicked King. Besides not telling you guys about spoilers for this with the synopsis, I also don't want spoilers for myself, since I haven't finished The Wicked King, but this should be nice to read. Next prompt is celebrity or a book recommended by a celebrity, so I chose People We Meet on Vacation. Obviously this book is not celebrity focused, but it has been recommended a lot, and I did see that a celebrity recommended it, so prompt fulfilled for this one. This book follows a friends to lovers story, but a bit of a separation. Poppy and Alex had gone on vacation so many times, but they had a bit of a falling out. But they're gonna do one last vacation, and I'm sure we all know with an adult contemporary romance what could happen at the end. If I do end up reading this one, this will be my first Emily Henry book, so I look forward to that. Next up is multiple POV, so I chose Bad Girls with Perfect Faces. This is a bit of a thriller, and so this girl, she's jealous, and she poses as a guy to lure this guy away. Apparently it's kind of the theme is the darkness within us all. So it sounds interesting. I feel like the synopsis tells me nothing, but maybe that's a good thing. I really haven't read thrillers, so this could be interesting, hear from multiple points of view, see this story. It could be fun. Next prompt is bookish themes. So I chose The Library of Lost Things. Should be a nice little book to read. Next up is a retelling. So I picked Lifestyles of Gods and Monsters. So this is a retelling of the Greek myth of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth. I've never heard of it, so it'll be interesting. I heard some really messed up stuff about the actual myth itself, but I'm sure with young adults and the fact of how we don't really like to put that sort of taboo stuff in stories, I'm sure that will not be happening. But it should be interesting. It's a lot of influencer type stuff where obviously, as you can see, she's got a cell phone. The main character and her family are very much in the public eye, and so there's this competition and everything, and the monster that is supposed to be slain, the main character doesn't want to be slain, and a lot of other things happen. Those are the common challenges. The team I will be joining is Teen Romance, and the group books are My Mechanical Romance and Spoiler Alert. And the first team challenge is read a book with the friends to lovers trope, so I chose Windfall. And so the main character, she buys this lottery ticket for the guy she has a crush on, and he ends up winning. So a lot of fun, awesome, exciting stuff happens because they won the lottery. But a lot of other challenges happen because of that opportunity. And the last prompt is read a book with a bodyguard trope. So I chose Girl Gone Viral. And so there's this bodyguard, the main character and him, they happen to get caught in this public situation. So they have to pretend to be boyfriend and girlfriend. So hopefully that book is enjoyable. So that is it for my TBR for the Tropeical Readathon. Comment down below if you are joining in the Tropeical Readathon. Share any books that you're planning on reading, what you're most looking forward to. And if you're not participating in this readathon, let me know any other readathon you will be joining and what books you plan on reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye!